Hello friends, back with me again, Joseph, your host, and welcome back to our channel and the Catechism for Kids. Have you ever heard the term Byzantine Church and gotten a little confused? Is it a Roman Catholic Church or is it Eastern Orthodox? It's a great question, and the answer is both. Let's break it down simply. Historically, the term Byzantine Church referred to the state church of the Byzantine Empire, centered in Constantinople. After the Great Schism in the year 1054, this church became what we know today as the Eastern Orthodox Church. So, historically, the Byzantine tradition is Orthodox. But here in 2025, when people say Byzantine Church, they often mean the Byzantine Catholic Church. This can be tricky, so think of the Universal Catholic Church not as one single entity, but as a big family of churches. The largest member of this family is the Roman Catholic Church, the one most people are familiar with, which uses the Latin Rite Mass. But there are also 23 other churches within this family, known as the Eastern Catholic Churches. The Byzantine Catholic Church is one of these Eastern Catholic Churches. This means it is fully Catholic and in full communion with the Pope in Rome. However, it follows the liturgical, spiritual, and theological traditions that originated in the Christian East, specifically from the Byzantine Empire. Pope St. John Paul the Great beautifully described this by saying, "The Church must breathe with her two lungs, both Eastern and Western." The Byzantine Catholics are a vital part of that Eastern lung within the Catholic body. So, how did this happen? Well, after the 1054 split, most churches in the Byzantine tradition became Eastern Orthodox. But starting in the 16th and 17th centuries, some of these Orthodox communities, especially in Eastern Europe, decided to return to full union with the Pope. They wanted to be Catholic again, but they also wanted to keep their ancient and beautiful traditions. The Pope agreed, and so the modern Byzantine Catholic churches were born. They kept their married priests, their icons, and their unique divine liturgy, all while accepting the authority of Rome. This creates a fascinating situation where two churches can look almost identical on the outside, but belong to different global communions. A Byzantine Catholic Church and an Eastern Orthodox Church will both use the Byzantine Rite. They'll have an icon screen or iconostasis at the front. Their priests might be married. Their liturgies will feel very similar. The key difference is allegiance. The Byzantine Catholic Church recognizes the Pope as its head. The Eastern Orthodox Church is governed by its own local patriarchs, like the Patriarch of Constantinople, and does not accept papal authority or certain Catholic dogmas like papal infallibility. So, you have a Catholic Church that looks Orthodox, and the Orthodox Church that actually created the tradition. It's a perfect example of the rich diversity that has existed in Christianity since the very beginning. This diversity traces all the way back to the apostles. As they spread the gospel from Jerusalem, the faith took root in different cultures and languages. 5 great centers of Christianity emerged: Jerusalem, Antioch, Alexandria, Rome, and Constantinople. Each developed its own unique spiritual and liturgical traditions. The tradition from Constantinople, the heart of the Byzantine Empire, is what gave us the Byzantine Rite. Let's dive into some of the beautiful and unique aspects of the Byzantine tradition that you'll find in a Byzantine Catholic Church. First, let's talk about the liturgy. Instead of the Mass, they celebrate what's called the Divine Liturgy. And instead of unleavened wafers for the Eucharist, they use leavened bread, which is cut into cubes. During communion, the priest uses a golden spoon to give both the body and blood of Christ together, placing the bread soaked in wine directly into the communicant's mouth. The church's interior is also distinct. While Roman Catholic churches often feature statues, Byzantine churches are filled with icons, holy images that are seen as windows into heaven. There is no three-dimensional art. At the front of the church stands the iconostasis, screen of icons that separates the sanctuary from the main body of the church, representing the meeting place of heaven and earth. Even their understanding of salvation has a different emphasis. In the West, sin is often framed as a legal offense against God that requires justice. In the Byzantine East, sin is seen more like a spiritual sickness that needs healing. Salvation, then, is a lifelong process called theosis, which means divinization. It's the journey of becoming more and more like God through His grace, a process of healing and transformation. Another fascinating difference involves the sacraments of initiation. In the Roman Catholic Church, a child is baptized as an infant, receives First Communion around age 7, and is confirmed as a teenager. In the Byzantine Catholic Church, an infant receives all 3 sacraments: baptism, chrismation, which is their name for confirmation, and the Eucharist all at once. This means from the moment they are baptized, they are fully initiated members of the Church. Even their calendar is different. The Byzantine liturgical year doesn't start in Advent like it does in the West. It begins on September 1st. This tradition actually dates back to the old Roman civil calendar, which started its tax year in September. Byzantine Catholics operate under a different code of canon law. They also celebrate a somewhat different liturgical year with some unique feasts and saints. In addition to Lenten fasting prior to Easter, they also fast before Christmas, the feast of Saints Peter and Paul, and the Assumption. Saints Cyril and Methodius were Christian missionaries from Thessalonica who, in the 9th century, brought Christianity, the Eastern tradition, and a written language to the people of Eastern Europe that included the region of the Carpathian Mountains. This was the homeland of many of the people who first established Eastern churches in America. The first Byzantine Ruthenian Catholic Church was St. Mary, Freeland, Pennsylvania, established in 1886 and active today. Today, Byzantine Catholics often see themselves as a bridge church. They exist at the intersection of the Eastern and Western traditions, uniquely positioned to help foster understanding and unity between the two. This role has been especially highlighted during the 2025 Jubilee Year of Hope, where Eastern Catholic churches have celebrated their unique heritage within the global Catholic family. It hasn't always been an easy road, though. When Byzantine Catholics first came to America, many Roman Catholic bishops were uncomfortable with their married clergy and tried to ban them. This unfortunate conflict led many Byzantine families to leave for the Orthodox Church, where their traditions were more easily accepted. Thankfully, this is no longer the case, and the tradition of a married priesthood is now fully respected within the Byzantine Catholic Church in America. So, to sum it all up, the Byzantine tradition originated in the Eastern Roman Empire and is the foundation of the Eastern Orthodox Church. However, the Byzantine Catholic Church is a separate group that follows this exact same ancient tradition, but is in full communion with the Pope and the Catholic Church. They are a living testament to the fact that being Catholic isn't about uniformity, but about unity in diversity. Next time you see a church with golden onion domes and beautiful icons, don't just assume it's Orthodox. It might just be one of these vibrant Byzantine Catholic communities, breathing with that essential Eastern lung of the Church. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this explanation helpful, please give this video a like, share, and subscribe for more content that explores the rich tapestry of the Christian faith. Take care, everyone. Stay safe and healthy as usual. See you next time, and God bless you always.